The Sunshine State, a hotbed of passionate football fans. It is not hard to find where rivalry battle lines in the state are drawn on a day like today. These two are due to lock up once again, and we can't wait to get it started. The Seminoles will get us underway with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So Florida's offense will get the ball first. Last time these two got together, Florida got to rub a little salt in the wound as they blew out the Noles.
Well, that was a statement win by the Gators, and I think that win really helped push a bunch of high school prospects that might have been considering both the Seminoles and Gators to Gainesville. That game had a huge impact this offseason for the Gators.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Use the play fake, now to throw. A little release to the back. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Gators come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. From the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action. Using the quick game.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Gators in a good spot here with second and short. Back to pass. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback. And the Gators are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Takes it from the gun on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Montgomery. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. Gonna look downfield again. Here's the pressure. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The play action fake. Now adjusting. Now the 8th play of the opening drive, but this time facing third and long. Back to pass, it's Sperry. Moving out to the right. Throwing on the run. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Gators line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Fair catch is made inside his own 20 at the 17-yard line. So Florida State's offense will have its first possession of the game. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Handoff to the lone back. He stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He reached into his bag for that move, and it didn't get him loose at all. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes second and 13. Power football with the run. Ran to that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22. Let's take a second here to talk about Florida State. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder. Haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to feel field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
The Noles send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. All the way back to the 15. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Man, David, that last drive, an exercise in frustration, just couldn't pay it off with a score.
Yeah, and I think this defense is riding the bend but don't break philosophy. Don't give up explosive plays. This offense, Jesse, has to find a way to manufacture some big plays and some scoring opportunities.
Man, I don't know if they're going to win, David. If they had...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Bringing it back. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Florida. How about this defense taking one back to the house? What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
He smashes his way through again. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Running back searching for a hole. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. This crowd on hand trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Booker. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. And the Seminoles are moving quickly down the field. They'll toss it to the left. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
That's caught. It's Gibson. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. And the Noles will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. Fires to the right. What a job to lay out and make the catch. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Going for the big play. It's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll run the screen, and some room to work. He steps out of bounds at the 41-yard line. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Takes the easy one to the back. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. This offense has it with really good field position. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I'll tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good, and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. Here's the snap, looking to throw. It's broken up and almost intercepted on that shot to the end zone. It'll be 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The field goal is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Oh, man, the dreaded doink when you knock it off the crossbar. Those are ones where, man, just a couple inches to the other side, towards the middle, and that thing's in, but it still counts as a missed opportunity.
The short hands, it's Abrams. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. That's quite a start to a drive, and now they'll snap it from midfield. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. He's looking downfield to throw. He's going to take off. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on 3rd down.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect, and protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to...
There he goes! And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Looking to fire. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Just keeps slinging it. Oh, they're after him. Got his man. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line. And after that short completion, what will they do now? Just a few inches to go.
And you wanted to get the ball out quick, and you wanted your receiver to make the play for you and get the first down. You don't now. Decision time, 4th and short.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Gators have it with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got it on the move. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to blow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Gator. Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, nothing like turkey and stuffing and the Egg Bowl on your Thanksgiving holiday. Ole Miss and Mississippi State. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Takes a hit as he fires. Grabbed in the middle, it's Booker. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on 3rd down. Bringing the heat. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping 2 hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job with his fundamentals.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. He caught it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. He wants it all. Touchdown, Florida. Fit it in the window for the score.
Now, you always want to get the home crowd jacked up and get them excited. Get out to an early lead, and they have 20-0. Defense playing well, offense playing well. They got a lot to cheer about here at home.
On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellows, in a rivalry filled with magical moments, even more here today between the Gators and Noles.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. And the Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to sling it on second down. Sets up the screen. Breaks into the open. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Guys, this offense is already reeling down. Multiple possessions, really need to cash in on this drive. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Seminoles will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's going to run it. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Fires to the big fella.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. He did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
The Gators have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He wants to throw it again. Looking to the big tight end. Trying to bull his way in. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Off play action on first down. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. So given where the line of scrimmage was on that last play, the pass interference penalty in the end zone will put the ball at the 2. On the ground. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator! And the Gators have chomped down, and they put a little distance between themselves and the Noles.
You know, both of these teams always have lots of speed, but it's the Gators. They look like the faster team pulling away here in the second half. Big plays offensively, and their defense is really flying around.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Got the first down and still on his feet. Powers through. Lots of running room. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Seminoles.
Love the play call offensively. They knew the defense were crowding a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, and once they were able to get into the second level, all they had to do was make one guy miss and get one good angle, and with the speed that ball carrier has, man, that thing was a sure shot touchdown.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. They still have the lead, but a productive drive here would keep it a comfortable lead. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Gators can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll give it to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Trying play action. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down. And the Gators decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quickly complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Wants to go up top. And the pass is incomplete. It's the final play of the 3rd quarter. 4th quarter is coming. We've reached the break. It's Florida with the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. The snap sets up to throw. Get it out on the screen. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The Noles are threatening on 1st and goal. He'll do it himself. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Noles!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they've still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just...
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Got it behind the line. It's Barber. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Gators will line up to punt it away. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Going right to work up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And in this situation late, when you need 2 touchdowns to win the game, everything's going to have to be downfield. So I like the idea in this 2-minute drive, throwing it that way. Let's keep it going, keep our pedal to the metal here.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. And the Seminoles in the hurry-up.
Really good job running the ball, getting that 1st down. Now here comes the tempo.
To the air on 1st down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. And the Noles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Here comes the heat. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same.
Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby.
What a throw by the QB. You think about it, you don't have much space near the sideline, and he put that thing right on the outside of the sideline where his receiver could go make a play. Not only does he make the play, I'm pretty sure he got a foot in bounds, and that's a great touchdown catch. What a playmaker.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. After that last scoring drive, old Uncle Mole has switched sidelines, and now they'll try to get it back while they're clinging to this lead. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Off the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the right. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. They'll ride the hot hand. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Out of the gun to give to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
It can get a little heated, and it did in this Sunshine State showdown, but it couldn't stop the boys from old Florida from stealing the headlines in this one. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation.